Oh, wait, am I starting or is it a secret that I'm back?
Well, it sounds like you're back.
I'm back, baby.
Welcome back, Aaron, to the microphone.
I'm back, baby. Did you guys boys miss me?
Oh,
Absolutely. Jeez, where have you been, mate?
Mate, I've been here, there, everywhere, and there's been lots going on. And
I tell you what, it's hard to make conversation with Marty for 25 minutes.
yeah, I could feel it, but
Hurts me right in the heart.
Oh, you know that's not true, Marty.
Come on, Pat. Jeez, I thought we were mates.
I've been listening, boys, and I've been enjoying it. I actually thought that when I came back this week, you'd be like, look, we like your input, but you're better off the
Yeah, not needed. Shoo shoo.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Aaron. But hey,
We're going to move you along.
Yeah, we'll find something else for you within the company, mate.
Yeah, no, look, I listened along. There was the actually the smart home one you did, Pat, was a really good listen.
Oh, that was just by accident, wasn't it, Marty? We just started
yeah,
chatting
got
and
on a roll with that one. Yeah,
the conversation sort of just flows in different directions sometimes when you're doing these, and it's not necessarily what you plan to talk about, but that's what comes out.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I actually passed that one on to my mum because she's got one of those little smart hub things that she got installed recently, and so she's kind of working on building a system. I said, oh, wow.
yes.
Listen to this bad boy. Pat knows his stuff, or he pretends to at least.
Oh, he likes to pretend he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't.
I saw
Bit of trial and error there, Pat. You're becoming an expert.
you got a shipment today. It looked like you building the Matrix at your house.
Pretty much, yeah. Big pallet arrived. I didn't realise I was ordering a pallet, but when the
Wow.
Mary Jane came out and said, Patrick, there's a pallet of stuff here for you. And I was like, what?
So what is it? What are you doing?
It's just a box.
Oh, okay.
Just put it down to that.
Oh, there's nothing more to it.
No, so basically, now that I've got a fair few smart home items that I've been integrating, just needed a way to tidy it all up. So I just purchased a network box to load it all
Storage
into. Yeah.
container type thing.
Yeah, so mount it up on the wall, wire everything into it so it's all neat and tidy. Yeah,
that thing I'm looking at right now.
big giant box is the best way to describe it for people that can't see it, I guess. But
Very impressive, though.
nothing overly exciting, just
The other overly impressive thing that happened while I was away was that little introduction that you did with a certain
yes.
sports theme tune. Which
That's right. Yes.
I wore it hard. We did have that bet early in the week, and you came through with the goods. I was just impressed that you had the technical prowess to pull it off.
I'll be honest, it's hard work working those buttons, and I'm glad you're back this week. It's a lot easier just sitting here talking than it is worrying about that thing.
Yeah, well, keeping them all level and above board. But yeah, no, it's good to be back. It's been a bit going on, and it's actually been really tricky to catch back up on everything that I've missed. So I feel like I've been chasing my tail all week, and I think I'm finally back in front.
It does happen like that, doesn't it? Yeah, when you miss a few days.
Yeah,
here and there
just
and
even you miss 2 days and everything's kind of pushed back and all your scheduling gets thrown off. So
I also find as well when you decide to schedule holidays, the day or two before you go, all of a sudden everyone wants to sell their house, which is bad, you Marty.
Welcome
isn't
to
it?
my world. Welcome to my world.
Marty's about to head off on holiday, and now all of a sudden you seem pretty busy, Marty.
It seems like I'm booking in an appraisal every other day, and it's just, which is great. Just got back from one just then, and of course I just let them know that I'm going away for a while in a week's time, and generally the feedback's been really good. It's like, actually one guy is going to Vietnam for 3 weeks in a week's time anyway. I just got back from there and he said, so am I. Excellent. No worries at all. Let's
Tie it up when we get back.
Yeah. So yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's pretty good. And anyway, while you're gone, Marty, I'll always help sell a few for you. Just keep the cash flow going for you.
I'm trying to build those listings up, Pat, before I go. So yeah, I'm having a fair dip at it. So
So just as the media guy, what's the process when you are away? Obviously, the job of real estate agent kind of never stops. You're working weekends. You're working 365 days a year.
Well, what I do, Aaron, is so obviously perfect example, going away on holiday for a few weeks. I'm still appraising and listing as many as I can. Of course, I'll let my vendors know. So let's just talk about the new ones that are coming on. Let them know that I am going away. But what we're able to do here is, and Pat will obviously probably be able to explain it a little bit easier as well. But I'll just transfer my listings, and that is, with our Rex program as well.
Yep.
Transfer my listings and ownership of those over to Pat. So all of the future inquiries, they will directly come through Pat, so they won't
So rather than
bypass me. So I'm not, on holidays and I'm tapping away and
or you get an
responding to
email
things.
when people have their out of office email that comes up and says, "Oh, I'm on holidays, sucked in,
Exactly.
hit me up in 2 weeks."
So we work as a team at the end of the day. So while Marty's away, I'll pick up the slack and help him out. But so will Sean and Laurie. We all work together.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Yeah. And
the main thing is for our vendors that nothing really changes at their end. It's business as usual. We just reshuffle it and ensure they still receive that same Marty feeling that they always get.
Oh,
that's exactly right.
I don't know.
You got some big shoes to fill.
Tell me about it.
I know, guys, but you'll get through.
You go around to the places and when they're looking at things on computer, you get real wild and fling your arms in the air just so they get the real Marty experience.
Oh no, I'm waiting to wait till he leaves, and then I'm going to look at those photos and I'm going to reorder them all around and just get them the way they write.
I am OCD. I own that. I know. And computer illiterate.
What I
to
like
a certain
about it-
extent. I own it. I know I own it.
You call it OCD. I see it as pride for your vendors' properties. You want it
yes,
to be perfect
that's
for
exactly right, Pat. Yes,
them.
that's
You-
exactly
You never have to worry that the job's not being done to 110% when Marty's involved. He likes everything
Yeah.
ridgy-dig perfect before he does anything with the property.
You should see the way my fridge and pantry are stacked at home. Same thing.
Meanwhile,
Hey,
my
look,
wife...
there's lots of listeners out there that would be nodding their heads right now, going, "Yeah, I'm the same, dude." There's a certain level of
We had
fridge and shelf.
We had a discussion yesterday on our other podcast about how Pat likes everything in order and in its place, and I'm the reverse. I'm just like just
An anarchist,
throw
you
caution
just-
to the wind and just
Only-
play hard and loose.
Only with certain things. Like equipment, like we were talking about
Like we
yesterday.
were talking about, yes.
Sure, I'm a Nazi for everything being in its spot. Fridge at home, my wife goes off her head at me all the time because she has little tubs and they're labelled like, spreads, dairy, such and such. And I'll get the Vegemite and goes in the dairy when it should be in the spreads.
Dude, what's it even doing in the fridge anyway? Vegemite. It's in your
my wife
pantry.
goes on about that all the time as well. I like it in the fridge.
Fair enough. No,
Do you
you're
keep tomato sauce in the fridge as well?
No, I don't get that.
I think that's more of a Queensland thing.
Yeah.
Must be,
Just to keep it at the right temperature.
You want to have your sauce cold.
Yeah, no, well, I'm never in the fridge, but I do know families that you're like, oh, where's your big red? And I'm like, just grab it out of the fridge.
Yeah. I'll back you up there. Yeah, I've been to a few households where the sauces are in the fridge.
Each to their own.
I don't get it. Like I've got my hot sausage in my bread and I'm putting freezing cold tomato sauce on it.
I actually really like. Have you seen the National Pie ad that's been playing?
Yes,
where-
put it in your pie hole. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the one with the they're like the good old pie from the tuck shop. It's as hot as the sun on the outside, but somehow it's freezing cold in the middle. And like every time you go to the footy, you'd always like, oh, it's so hot to touch.
Yeah.
And then you'd reach the middle and you'd be like, oh, it's freezing. Like,
Yeah.
but you'd still eat it and still enjoy it.
That's because you paid $12 for it at the
And the beauty of a pie or a sausage roll at the football is that you can keep eating that all day because it just repeats on you so much.
Very true.
I was really hoping we'd bring up pies because I saw the new Banjo's pie and I have to say, have you seen
The
that thing?
palmy pie.
I can't get my head around if I like it or dislike the idea of a Parmigiana in a pie.
I really liked it until I saw the bit that said there's mayonnaise.
Yeah, what?
Like where does the mayo come into on the palmy front?
I have no idea. I kind of feel like Banjo's
good
haven't
point.
been to a pub for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the baker at Banjo's, I guess he's got to go to bed early. He doesn't actually get out to a pub meal very often. So
Tell you what though, Pat. So yesterday morning, first up, I was up at Jeffrey's Track showing the showing your property up there. On the way back through, I needed a coffee on my way back through the office, so I stopped into a Banjo's. I don't think I need to say where I was.
I'm going to go
and,
claim on.
and had a look at the palmy pie. $7.80, I think they had on that little sucker. So I went for an egg and bacon pie. But
What was an egg and bacon pie worth?
I don't even know. But we're talking
It was
$4.50 as opposed
$6.95.
to no, it was nearly half the price.
So they need a salesperson to get in and pump it up and explain why it's worth that extra bit.
Did it look
Good
like
point.
did it look like a big palmy pie or just a little pie?
No, it's standard size pie. Standard size pie. It had a bit of a high top to it, admittedly, but yeah, for nearly $8, I think I'll just get the
I
palmy.
gotta love it.
Well, true. You can go
Palmy
to,
and a pint.
you can go to pubs and get them for $10. So
If I'm a listener, I'm thinking, have I tuned into the right show? But at this point,
this is Palmy Talk with the boys from 414.
Oh, not a bad little section though for the future. Let's test
palmy
palmies.
talk.
Well, we could then go to the pub, buy
Yes.
palmies, and then write it off as tax because it's all for research for the show.
Go to a different pub every Friday afternoon, rate their Palmies.
Not the
There was
worst
a
idea.
guy on like postcards or something that was on television that used to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I do know the guy. It looked like Sam Brez's old man, wasn't it?
Oh, I can't remember.
Coxie from the Rocks.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, speaking of escaping the afternoon for palmies or beers, me and Pat were discussing heading up to Fox Friday after the podcast.
I'm so disappointed.
I've got a little bit of Media House money just burning a hole in my pocket. I thought I'd shout them.
And I had swapped duty periods with one of my colleagues here so that I
you
could go.
join us.
And he went back on it. So
Don't worry, Marty. We'll Snapchat you from the bar.
yeah, might even be able to. I'll see how I go. If you're still there when I can somehow handball it onto someone else or knock off, I'll come up for one.
Well, I can't go anywhere until I've done my training session with Renz, our new employee.
You do have some training session to do.
So Renz has been learning all the new systems and procedures with Abby this week, Marty.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's going to teach me. So I don't know how to do some of the property management stuff.
Yep.
And so one of their policies and processes to ensure he has a good understanding is he's now learnt from Abby. Now he has to teach it to somebody else that doesn't know how to do it. So he's teaching it to me. So I'm going to learn some property management this afternoon.
Brilliant. That's the go.
I-
Yeah, nothing like, keeping refreshed in what to do.
I proposed that Renz had to train you. That was my idea. I said and I'd like to film that as
Wouldn't
well.
he have a classic time doing that?
And that's why I was like,
Did
this.
you imagine the responses would be, I don't give a stuff, friends.
Yeah,
It's not happening. It's not happening, friends.
that's why I thought it'd be hilarious.
Abby said we couldn't scar him that hard in his first week of real
Poor
estate.
guy. Just
we do want him to
hands in the
continue
air,
working
running
for
in
the company.
distance. No. Okay, I'm a little bit unique with with things. That's life. Variety is the spice of life.
Marty's like, "Oh, why is Aaron back?
Yeah, I'm just getting ratted on ever since he
Let's
came
pick
back.
on Martin in the afternoon. Let's chill.
I liked
guys,
it so
chill.
much better. It was just me and Pat.
Look, I've got broad shoulders. I
I'm
can
glad,
take
mate.
it. I can
Glad to
take
hear it.
And thick skin.
All right, then. New financial year, Marty. What are we kicking off with?
Yeah, we are kicking off with holiday. No. So getting back to real estate, a lot of as I mentioned earlier, a lot of appraisals, and yeah, trying to build those listings up, Pat.
We got the new one up at Uxbridge? No.
Yes, just put that on last night. Yeah,
was
it's
Uxbridge,
up at
wasn't it?
Uxbridge, Whites Road, Uxbridge.
Is that
yeah.
an exclusive database?
It is.
specific
So we're
listing?
just trialing that for the first couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, that's right, listeners. You won't find it on realestate.com.
Yeah, so it's not on realestate.com at the moment. It's just on our site,
Yep.
which enables it to, to be sourced out to all of our, property brochures sent out to all of our database.
Yep.
So we work our database hard and see if we can do that for the first couple of weeks. And if,
Reassess after that. and
that's exactly
move
right.
forward if
Reassess
it's
after that
still available.
and put it on, which it'll happen while I'm away if we don't sell it. But
Yep.
that's life. The beauty of technology, we can still do that too.
You can handball it over to someone else to help out while you're away.
That's exactly right.
I heard Sean wants to help with that one.
Yeah, well, he loves going out that way.
Loves going for a
I
drive.
must admit, yesterday morning when I was heading out to that Jeffrey's Track one, I thought to myself, I think I need to start leaving some breadcrumbs or something. Where am I going?
When I
here?
went to shoot that, I felt the same thing. It was very Hills Have Eyes, Wolf Creek style.
And there was a couple of trees on the side of the road there that had like a Santa hat dangling from it or some gumboots or something. I'm thinking, what sort of place am I entering here?
At least worst case scenario, when you call your SOS number,
Yeah.
you'd be like, I saw a Santa on a tree and there's a gumboot over here, so come and save me. Oh, yes, we know exactly where that is, sir.
However, when I got there, my SOS wouldn't have been much good because there was no service.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like the drive in on that one. You kind of go through all these. You go through like traditional Aussie bush, and then it flows through to like rainforest type feel.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
before
yeah,
it
true.
then turns into like American pine sort of
Yeah,
plantation.
the pine trees that are actually right on the property as
Yeah,
well.
I kind of feel like within the space of a couple of kilometers, I go through three distinctive styles of like
true.
nature.
Yeah, true.
It's an interesting drive.
Yeah, I can deal with that. I reckon that's pretty fair.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it breaks up the monotony, doesn't it, of driving through the town and the suburbs, 60 out and about, I guess. But yeah, your hills have eyes.
Yes.
Comment. There's a little bit of that there where you're thinking, "Ooh, am I going to make it back?"
Well, we're glad that you did make it back, mate. It's good
Thank
to
you very
see you
much,
here.
Aaron. Thank you.
We would have filled your seat with somebody else, but it's nice that you're in.
Cutthroat. Yeah, it's okay.
So
No one's irreplaceable. I know.
So what generally happens new financial year? Do you guys have a big meeting where you kind of discuss your goals and your aims, or
So we run meetings twice a month already as it is. So we're constantly working through our targets each month from a sales perspective. From rentals, we do set yearly goals at the start of a new financial year.
Yep.
So I had a fairly detailed planning meeting with the rental team on Monday about what their goals are for the year. And I guess this year we've set some pretty ambitious goals, but I think they are achievable. We've got a little bit more help now with extra, obviously, Ren's helping in the admin department. So I think we can definitely grow the rent roll and definitely push it forward hard this year. So that's
are
worked
they
out pretty well.
secret behind the locked key of what the goals are? Or can we know any secrets of the goals?
No, they're trade secrets.
Oh, I finally got him to not, because it used to be like, oh yeah, I'll fling anything on here, but
Yeah, well, now we get people listening to us.
T-Roo.
I can't be giving away all the secrets to our competitors.
We've actually been doing really well on our other podcast, Marty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've almost hit a magic number that we've set as a goal, which is actually why we were planning to go have these beers.
But we still need 13 more listens. Well, I keep refreshing. I'm like, come on, I'm about to go open up a web browser and just click 13.
No, we don't want fake stats. We want the real deal.
I'm like, we're so close though. I just want to get it up.
Oh, that's great though that you guys are reaching. That you're almost there at those goals. I mean, and obviously, you set those goals. You don't want to set easy goals. That are really achievable. You got to, set them within your grasp, but challenging.
Yeah. No, we've kind of aimed at this point, and then once we've hit that, we can reassess and kind of be like, oh, well, sky's the limit. And
Well, I'm pretty excited with this particular podcast that people are listening to at the moment. We're averaging 12 people a day. It doesn't sound like a huge number, but that's constantly every single day.
Yeah, and we're not really
people.
doing any kind of marketing behind this podcast. It's more just a way for us to catch up, and it goes out there, but it's not like, hey, everybody, check out this amazing thing we do.
And I guess we're just trying to put it across as like a conversation that any group of friends or work colleagues might have on a Friday afternoon. Hey, what have you been up to? What are you doing this weekend? That sort of stuff. Yeah, so it's nice that people are tuning in.
Yeah, 12 people a day.
Another thing I did this week, Marty, is every year I do a 12-month look back blog where I look at what we achieved, what we did, and things like that. And one of the interesting things that I discovered this year, in the last financial year, was we actually bought 1,768 coffees from Agent Cooper.
Average price?
$5.50. So do not times those two numbers together. It's very depressing.
Wow.
And then on top of that, we also did an extra 1,400 Nespresso pods. So pretty much nearly 3,500 coffees.
Oh, that's where I knew it was up in the 3,000 area. I thought you were undercutting us. I was like, don't undercut us. We hit 3,000.
Yeah, 3,208 coffees we made in the last 12 months here at 414 Real Estate.
That's an interesting stat, Pat. That's I'm glad you're on top of that.
It's all the important stats that you generate when you're looking at how well the real estate company's doing is how many coffees did they drink a year?
Well, I did see someone comment on the blog and say that's good team morale being on top of that and keeping us all buzzed. And
Buzzed up on.
Yeah. I'd like to perhaps set a challenge for other listeners out there. If you now what we need to do is work out how many people are drinking those coffees and start measuring and monitoring your coffees guys out there. We want to
see who's drinking more than us.
Yeah, we'll see if we're an average or see if we're an exception.
I think the reason my handwriting is actually so terrible is because I must have the jitters from the freaking coffee. I look at my handwriting, I'm like, I can't even read that myself.
What's your excuse for your spelling?
I've got none for that.
Looking out the window during English.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yes.
But obviously, on top of that, our rental department actually had a fantastic 12 months from the last 12 months. They actually increased their profit margin by 30% this year.
That's a big percentage.
It's ridiculously large. Like, they have had an absolute cracker of a 12-month period. So
definitely.
Obviously, it's helped that the rental department or just rentals in general in Hobart have been quite busy and quite active. But yeah, to increase your profit margin by 30% in 12 months is massive.
Well, it shows that they're putting the hard yards in and getting it done as well. It's not like they're resting on their laurels just because.
Yeah, true. Just
And
growing and growing.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard the end of it now because my wife Abby's always like, so have you increased by 30%? The sales up by 30%?
Apples and oranges, Abby. Apples and oranges.
Well, they're in the right sections of the fridge, so it's all fine.
As long as they're in the crisper, that's exactly right. No, I was going to go back to, are you going to group your food, guys? But no, let's move on.
But coming on to a sales side of things, we did actually help 260 families, investors and first-time buyers achieve their goals. So it was pretty good for the sales side of things. We weren't just sitting on our hands doing nothing.
Absolutely. That's from month to month. There's some good numbers there.
Yeah, and that's obviously, we are a boutique-sized sales agency,
Yeah.
so we're only 4 full-time sales consultants and a part-time sales consultant. So
That's right.
pretty happy with those sort of numbers that we've been able to generate for it. But for us, it's obviously just helping people achieve what they're after, and I'm pretty excited that we're able to do that last year for so many people.
And the fact that we get a lot of referrals along the way and repeat clients is great.
Definitely. Yeah, it's been a very good year, and hopefully we can top it this year moving forward.
Yeah, well, there you go. Let's so I'll write that number down and put it.
Your coffee number or your
No, not the copy.
Oh, yeah. The family stat.
Yep, and I'll put that in front of me for the next 12 months.
Oh, that'll be your visual
Oh,
motivation.
that's your vision board.
Yeah, that's good.
Fair enough. I think that's a good plan.
Definitely, we'll do that.
All right, final thing we talk about like normal. Weekend. Anything exciting, Marty, or just relaxing?
Just one appointment tomorrow, work-wise, and yeah. Apart from that, not a busy weekend this weekend, Pat. Fairly low key.
Do you have to help out with the Stedfords at all, or that's all done?
I will. At this stage, now that the Stedfords started today, I normally get the message from my wife during over the next 10 days.
Yep.
When she has finished with some props.
So
I will go. I'll go home. I'll knock off work. I'll go home. I'll hitch on the trailer and down I go. I'll pick up the props she's left aside and bring them home, and that's me. I don't. Back when my daughter was dancing, sure, I'd
much more involved.
I would actually be there, and I'd work out how much time I had to get down there and watch my daughter do her thing, and then out I'd go. But these days, daughter doesn't dance anymore, so I've got a free pass.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, I thought that was a slightly different story. I thought that you would go head down there, calculate how many beers you could have at the bar down there before you had to walk in to watch your daughter and then leave.
A couple of years ago, some of my mates who have daughters who dance down there, we hatched a plan where we'd have a pop-up bar in the car park, but we'd run some network cables in on the stage so we could be be in this pop-up bar. We'd have the tab going, a monitor on the stage, so we didn't actually have to go in there and do all of the stuff.
What's that thing they do in the US? Tailgating. It's like
Yes.
it's like tailgating at the dancing.
But he's adding betting into it.
Oh, well, while you're there at the bar, you might as well put your bets on as well and watch the horses go around.
Taylor, I've got this one. If you can throw this down.
Oh yeah, I thought you were saying.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, that's good. That's a good. One, actually. Yeah,
Got a bit on this one,
run
Taylor.
a tab on the dance.
So that's not what you were talking about, because that's literally what I thought you were talking.
Break a leg, Taylor. Literally, break a leg.
Yeah, I've got big money on this. Oh, that is a classic though. Like, no. A typical bar that has the horse racing in the background. I should have stipulated. Have a bet on the horses.
Getting a bit sweaty there, Marty.
Watch your kids. I don't know what was in that lemonade, but it just got me. Yeah, so watch the kids dancing. So getting to the end of it, so mums and dads at the end of the day can, go around and pick their kids up and say, oh, Johnny, you were fantastic. Oh, yeah, I watched you. You were great. Yeah,
And if everyone plays their cards right, they all come out a winner.
that's exactly right. They've had a refreshing afternoon at the pop-up bar and not have to, file in.
Yeah,
And
pop-up bar in air quotations.
but obviously, and then we realised that it was just never going to happen. Of course, pop-up bar at the Do It Entertainment Centre, as if.
No, you can dream.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the new development that's coming.
They should come. They should give me a call.
Ideas, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Pat. So a little bit of work on Saturday, but not much, and then work around my place. Yeah, because last weekend was a had a Saturday appointment and Sunday appointments and that sort of thing. And that does break into your day. This being a real estate agent, that's what we do. So,
It's just one of those things. You always seem to be doing something for work.
how about you, Pat? Because I remember from our talk last Friday, you were here, there, and everywhere. Was it last Saturday you were doing some BMXing?
Yeah, I was all over the place last weekend, all up to Campbelltown and then back down here to Hobart, and it was a pretty hectic weekend. This week, I'm running the office tomorrow, so we are one of the few agencies in the northern suburbs that open on a Saturday, so I've got the lucky job of being here between 9 and 12
Lucky
tomorrow.
you. Lucky.
So I'll do that in the morning, and then I've got to head up to Plenty to show, Plenty to show Glenora
Plenty,
Road,
yep,
410
that's it,
Glenora Road. So got that happening at 12 o'clock, and I think I've got 2 or 3 groups now coming through it. So
Oh, nice. That's good.
yeah, so a little bit of interest
mini open
there.
home.
Yeah, well, that's what it's turned into. It started off just a private showing, but as extra people rang up about it, I was just like, well, I'm there at 12.
I'll see you there.
That's
Yeah.
it. Group them in. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that should be a good little afternoon, and we'll see what comes of that. And then I'm just getting a new property ready for sale, which Aaron and I are doing the photos on Monday. So I've actually been the owners on the mainland, so I've been helping him organise painters and new carpet to go down, new tiles and stuff going in. So we've been playing around with trades a fair bit of this week, just getting this property all ready to go. But it's coming up really good. The painter finishes there today.
What is it, an existing home or a or a new
Existing,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
So just one out of Bridgewater. Nice little neat and tidy one. Should be going on the market early 2s, and it's going to have new carpet, new tiles, freshly painted, and the gardens have just been all brought back up to shape. So it's looking really
will
good.
Be snapped up straight away.
Yeah, I reckon so. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't expect it to last long.
No,
You've got some father-son time booked in for Saturday night as well.
I sure do. It's footy night, derby. So
Oh yeah,
one of the few things my son's allowed to stay up late for. So we're watching the footy together, which will be good fun. And just looking forward to just a easygoing Sunday, I think.
Yeah, that sounds like a great weekend.
Yeah, but that's me. And then it's back to work on Monday to do it all again.
Back to the real world.
Definitely, guys.
How's Essendon going to go this week, Aaron?
Actually, we've got no more time. I've got to get to my training. So this is probably where we're going to pack it up, guys. And I would love to say thank you to everyone for listening to the show. And
Oh, you guys don't care about what I'm doing on the weekend?
No, only joking. Yeah, that's right, because Aaron's here this week. We're just so used to you
Yeah,
and I, signing off. What's up, Aaron?
No, I got nothing. I might do some things around the house. I got to stain up some. I've got some French doors put in recently. I got to kind of weather protect them, and
Oh, nice.
actually haven't mowed the lawns in a while. So yeah, just a kind of lazy weekend around the house. I'm pretty excited for this Fox Friday beer up with Pat soon. So that'll probably be the maximum. I'll do that and then just stay in my jammies for the rest of the weekend.
maybe you should just go out to Mary Jane and say, I've just got this red hot appraisal. Can you cover the desk? And
I've got this red hot appraisal at this IPA. I mean, this.
oh,
I
very
better
good.
hop to it.
Oh, I love to finish a show on a good dad joke.
Yeah,
Don't you?
absolutely.
All right, guys, that was a bit of fun. I'm glad I'm back.
Thank you very much, boys.
No dramas. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good one, all.
See ya.
414 Real Estate has been operating within the northern suburbs of Hobart since 2006. With their innovative approach to marketing and managing your property, they have all your property needs covered. Find out more by visiting them today at 414.com.au.